How's it going, everyone? It's the holiday season, and today I'm going to show you guys how to make a delicious banana walnut bread. That's right, 2020 has been a crazy year. We've been having to quarantine and distance ourselves from people. So one of the things that I wanted to do this year was learn how to cook, and baking was another thing that I kind of learned. And I really like banana nut bread, so I decided to learn how to make it. So today we're going to show you my recipe, my favorite recipe on how to make banana nut bread. So let's first start out with the ingredients. We've got all-purpose flour, okay? We've got sugar. We've got some butter, 1/3 cup of butter, 2 eggs, although some recipes only have you do 1 egg. Today we're going to use 2, and it is banana walnut. So we're going to use 3 ripe bananas, and I've heard that the riper they are, the better. Okay, we've got some baking soda. We've got some vanilla, and I got this vanilla straight from Mexico. That's right. I like vanilla. I think the vanilla adds a good taste to the banana bread. Then we've got 1/2 cup of walnuts. You can kind of put a little bit more if you want, depending on how much you like walnuts. And then a lot of recipes have a little bit of salt, a pinch of salt. Okay? And then I have a secret recipe that we're going to add. So we got to watch till the end of the video, because I'm going to add something to the banana walnut bread that's really going to make it taste delicious. Okay? So let's go ahead and get into this. The first thing I'm going to do is we're going to pour 1 1/4 cups. Okay, you want to make sure you use the proper equipment so that you pour the right amount. We're going to use 1 1/4 cups. Okay, we're going to use 3/4 cups of sugar. Okay, I like to do the flour first. You can use any order you want, but I like to use the flour first, the sugar second. So we're going to use sugar. Okay, about 3/4 cup of sugar. Throw it in there. Next, I like to do the eggs. So let's go ahead and break 2 eggs. Whoa, making a mess, making a mess. We'll put that over there. Okay, we're going to break 2 eggs. There's the second one. It says to use large eggs. So large eggs will do the trick. Soda. So you're supposed to use a little bit of baking soda, because that way the bread will rise and get fluffy. And so that's kind of why you want to use baking soda. But you're not supposed to use a lot. You're supposed to use like a teaspoon. So we'll go ahead and put a little bit of baking soda in there. That should be like a teaspoon, and pour it in there. Okay. You're also supposed to use a teaspoon of the vanilla. But I like the taste that it gives the vanilla. I'm going to use a whole tablespoon. So remember, feel free to kind of experiment, but this is how I know it comes out good. And everyone that's tried my banana bread, they absolutely love it. Okay, so we got our vanilla in there. Don't forget the butter. It says to use 1/3 cups of butter. All right, and then we're gonna put our bananas. We're gonna peel 3 bananas. 1, 2, well, that's 1. You put it in a big bowl like this, and then we're gonna put the walnuts. Okay, not much to it. Then we're gonna do a tad bit of salt, and I think that also has to do with it rising. We're not gonna do a lot of salt. We should do a little tad bit of salt, just because the recipe says a little splash of salt. So now that we have all of our ingredients, we are going to mix it up. So I like to use a muddle to kind of mash things. Okay, I'm gonna mash everything together, and then we'll use, what do you call that, a whisk, to kind of mix it together. But you gotta kind of do this first. All right. So I did this the hard way, by hand. You can use an electric one, or you can also put it into a blender, and that'll kind of even out all the ingredients. I kind of like doing it by hand because then it leaves kind of like thicker chunks of the butter and the walnuts and the banana. So it's all about texture, right? Anytime you're cooking or baking. So I like the way the texture comes out when you do it by hand. So the next thing we're gonna do is make sure you use a baking, what is this, a baking pan? And you wanna line it with butter, or if you're doing like a vegan option, you can use coconut oil. And that way, if you kind of cover it in butter or coconut oil, that prevents the bread from sticking. So next we're gonna go ahead and pour. Okay, we're gonna pour the banana bread evenly among right now. So one thing you wanna do is kind of shake it. Okay, make sure it's evened out. And then you kind of want to hit it at the bottom. One of my friends taught me this, and it has to do with the air that touches the ingredients. Okay, when you hit it, you'll start to see bubbles come out. Okay, and you'll bang on the bottom of it, and that will release oxygen from the ingredients, and this will allow it to cook more evenly. Now it's time for my secret ingredient. Maybe it's not that much of a secret. Some recipes have this, but I'm gonna add some cinnamon to the top. And I'm gonna kind of evenly distribute cinnamon throughout most of the bread for the top part, okay? I like cinnamon. Cinnamon's healthy. It makes things taste good. It's got a really good kind of holiday flavor, right? So now we're gonna put it in the oven. You wanna make sure you preheat the oven for 350 degrees. So let's go ahead and put this in the oven. We've got our ingredients in the pot pan here. Now we're gonna put it in the oven. All right, we're gonna put it in there and let it sit for about 1 hour and 5 minutes. All right, so we're gonna pull it out of the oven and see how it comes out. Oh, there we go. So really you wanna make sure you kind of make sure it's all cooked pretty well. You wanna stick something like a toothpick or a chopstick and make sure none of it is like wet, and it's not. So we pulled it out, I think, at a good time. Some good banana bread. I'm gonna surprise somebody special tomorrow and see what they think of this banana bread. All right. I just got to my grandma's house and I'm gonna give her some of the banana bread and let's see what she thinks. Hi, Granny. I brought you some banana bread.
Thank you.
Try it. And tell me what you think. Honest opinion.
This bread is delicious. Has really good taste.
You like it?
I really like it. It's very good.
Can you taste the banana?
With banana, yeah. And nuts. It's delicious. Thank you, James.
You're welcome.